Greetings comic lovers and welcome back to Casually Comics, the channel where we chat all things comics, from reviews of comics new and old to history to anecdotes to really wherever our whims take us. Do you ever just eeny miny moe it? Just select a random comic based on cover, or concept, or ad that pops up on the side of a web page under the Comixology header? Well, I most certainly do, which is how we find ourselves at Justice League of America 105, where Elongated Man joins the Justice League. The issue with the cover that says he doesn't even go here, but with the inner cover that says it's about time. That's the teaser page on the inside. So get ready for a definite misuse of Justice League resources as we travel back to 1973 and the Elongated Man's first adventure with the League. But before we get started, I'm Sasha, and if you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, join us on this comic book journey. The Elongated Man is fascinating to me. He debuted back in Flash Comics, specifically in issue 112 in 1960, and his introduction was overseen by Julius Schwartz, a name that's come up a lot if you've been following this channel for a while. He also oversaw the creation and integration of Barbara Gordon as Batgirl, the phasing out of Kathy Kane, or well, attempts to remove her, the write-a story based on cover policy going on at DC Comics Presents. He was pretty hands-on, but the story surrounding the emergence of Elongated Man gets a little muddy. You have the idea that he was meant to be a supporting character for the Flash, that he was supposed to be a one-off, that he only exists because Schwartz didn't realize that they owned Plastic Man after they had acquired many Quality Comics characters in 1956. That latter bit is simultaneously true and untrue, but that is a tale for another day. The point? Ralph Dibney, the Elongated Man, won the Alley Award for Best Supporting Character in 1961. He became a fan favorite, and so had earned the right to stick around. But where to put him? Even the award acknowledged that he was a side character and not necessarily a lead. So he went from backup pages of The Flash, where he married Sue and revealed his identity to the world, to Detective Comics, where he developed the whole mystery-loving sleuth persona, and his wife Sue was by his side helping him solve mysteries. Now we find ourselves at his Justice League days, where he would ultimately stay, floating around on various iterations of the team, until disaster would strike that would ultimately turn him into a mystery-solving ghost, still solving those bizarre crimes with Sue at his side. Then the New 52 happened, then Rebirth, then the Omniverse, so everything happened. Hooray! At the time of this recording. So let's see his first outing with the team. The cover features current League members expressing various reactions to this news. Of all people. Far out. I like how Hal's response doesn't match the emotion on his face, and also that the Atom just has no comment. His mom taught him that if you don't have anything nice to say, then write it down while you're shrunk so that the pencil looks comically large. Our tale is by Len Wein with art by Dick Dillon and Dick Giordano. Fun fact, we are 2 issues away, including this one from Crisis on Earth X, where a bunch of the Quality heroes, including my man Doll Man, will be integrated into DC canon, repurposed from their Golden Age roots, and reintroduced as the Freedom Fighters. Our interior teaser panel is thrilled Elongated Man joined the League. Why is he winding his arms around Black Canary like that to shake Supes' hand? Is it to remind them that he stretches? Like, don't change your mind, guys, look at how useful I am. I could entwine bad guys. I can also make people uncomfortable. It says up here in the narration box that one of the perks of joining the League is access to their library and souvenir room. I get the souvenir room, I mean, who wouldn't want a complimentary Lois bust, but what's in the library? Our story is called Spectre in the Shadows, and it opens with Ralph and Sue taking in an exhibit at an art gallery, when suddenly figures burst out of a water fountain that Sue is going to take a drink from, and they begin methodically removing the art from the frames. And if that isn't a cue for the Elongated Man to take an elastic hand, I don't know what is. However, he finds his battle with them less than productive, as he discovers that they have the physical consistency of putty, thus dubbing them by a name to menace the ages. The Putty Men. And so we are blessed with descriptors like gooey grasp. As he starts to lose, Sue jumps in, because no Putty Men are gonna take out her man, but they are no match for the Putty Men, who escape with their loot. Oh, Ralph, are you alright? How you feel? Embarrassed mostly. How do I explain being punched out by half a dozen gooey gumdrops? I hope you love the word gooey, because this comic sure does. What is intriguing to Ralph is that these viscous creatures didn't take the art, no, they took the frames that they came in. This gets his nose twitching. Yes, his nose literally twitches when he senses a mystery afoot. Maybe it's a play on the expression that he has a nose for a mystery, he's sniffing out the clues. This mystery is so good, he decides to call the Justice League. So we get a flashback to how he joined the League in the first place. Hal Jordan appears sitting cross-legged on his car, telling him he's being summoned cause Martian Manhunter quit and they want to shore up their numbers. Yay, can we get that on the cake? Replacement Martian Manhunter. I'm stunned, speechless. For the first time in my life, I don't know what to say. Well, all I can say is it's about time. But will they still think that when they know that he summoned the League for the great picture frame heist of 1973? Hey, he calls them flubber on this panel. Fun family movie night flashbacks. They've already decided to pitch in when a message comes through over the wire or fax or whatever it's coming to them from, that the Putty Men have struck again in 3 different locations. So they decided this calls for the whole League, so they divide up into 3 teams. 1 team of 3 and 2 of 2. I maintain that the resources could have been better managed. Superman, oh god, the humanity, there's blood everywhere, please send the League, we need help.
Sorry, can't. The E-Man called. We have to investigate the Putty Men. They stole some picture frames. Call sooner next time. Early bird gets the worm.
What follows is the same format repeated 3 times. Each of the teams goes to their allotted cities, fights the Putty Men escape, and they are each saved by a mysterious trench-coated force with minor variations in each instance. Our first team is the Flash, Green Arrow, and the Atom, sent to stop the Putty Men from stealing coal from a mine. And it is fascinating to watch them struggle with the Putty Men, the Flash getting stuck and having to phase through, the Atom changing size to somehow make himself slippery like a bar of soap. Green Arrow can't do much because he really wants to use his explosive arrows, but there's methane gas inside the mine, which he ends up releasing anyway. But they are saved by a mighty wind sent by their trench-coated ally, who they do not see. Where did that wind come from? They managed to stop the Putty Men from getting the coal if they wanted, but they escape by turning themselves into a balloon. Yes. Team 2. Superman and Black Canary at a car factory. Canary's contribution is getting knocked out on a conveyor belt after being hit in the head with a tire that she was trying to use to trap the Putty Men. Meanwhile, we see the re-emergence of pervy Superman.
Too bad Batman isn't here. This is the kind of action he thrives on. Still, Black Canary makes a rather attractive substitute.
But not a more attractive one. Seen and noted, Clark. Canary is saved from certain head-squishing doom by another wind from the mysterious trench-coated figure. The Putty Men manage to escape Superman rounding them up by turning themselves into a kind of paste and going down the drain. But they also didn't get what they wanted. No tires for them. Last team, Elongated Man and Green Lantern, go into an oil rig. And get ready for it, the Putty Men are yellow, so that's Hal's contribution to this outing. Take it away, Ralph. Look, back when the ring couldn't affect yellow, you would think that Hal would be prepared because it seems like everything everywhere he goes is yellow. He does pick up some oil drums and toss them, but it's not really planned out. So it's like, oil drums. He can still grab and manipulate things. Creativity man. Elongated Man, or E-Man as they keep calling him, has been tangling with them physically and finds himself plummeting down to the water beneath the oil rig. Go get him, Justice Leaguer. Hal then proceeds to stand there and watch the bubbles. He didn't vote for the E-Man. Adios, Ralph. I'm kidding. Hal's been consistently thrilled that he joined. He's just being, I don't know, too supportive at this point, letting him prove himself. But at some point he realizes that Ralph may indeed be drowning and he should do something. So it's Hal to the rescue, only oh no, the seaweed, it's golden. He gets tangled up in it. It's going full tentacle on him, but then he too is mysteriously saved. But it looks like it's curtains for Ralph.
Poor Ralph. All this power at my command and I still couldn't save him. Why must there be so much yellow in the world? Why?
As they regroup to try and figure out what they're going to tell Sue, the JLA homing beacon goes off. And so they follow it to the Everglades where they find a hive. It figures that the Putty Men would be working for the Monarch. Nah, that was just a reference joke. They're still trying to figure out why or how they built this hive. Or why they were taking any of what they were taking. But huzzah, the E-Man's not dead. E-Man. Sounds like his gamer tag. So he hid inside a Putty Man to be taken back to their secret hideout, this hive, which is gearing up to self-destruct. Why is any of this happening? Oh, Putty is as Putty does. This looks like a job for the entire Justice League, putting all of their powers together to stop this hive, and they still can't do it. And so the mysterious wind takes the hive up into space where it destructs harmlessly up above the planet. Superman could have done that too. That's all I'm saying. Why you phoning it in, Clark? And so the figure is revealed. It's the Phantom. Just kidding, it's Red Tornado. But I spent the entire issue tense and worrying that it was going to be the Deus Ex Phantom Stranger. They're shocked because apparently he died during their last adventure, but clearly not. Tune in next week to figure out just what is going on.
Oh, Justice League 105. So many things.
It really has very little to do with the Elongated Man joining the team, which is fine. It's much more of a he's here now and here's why. The thing is, the Putty Men, it's just left up in the air. Where did they come from? Why did they take what they took? What were they doing? Why do they need the frames? Why do they need the tires? Why do they need the coal? Why anything? And if you're thinking maybe this is some kind of ruse and it ties in with the return of Red Tornado, no dice. Issue 106, which has a great cover by the way, has nothing to do with that. It's actually about Red Tornado, where he's been and how he came back and can he find love, and a plot by the villainous, puntastic T.O. Morrow, Dr. T.O. Morrow. It also gets Superman to sassily lean against a doorway like this. And you know, any story that promises you this level of Superman sass has got to have something going for it. So basically what we're dealing with is this story is a basic framework to get the Red Tornado back. And don't even try to start thinking about how he could have been to all the locations where they were doing these things, because wasn't it happening concurrently? Wouldn't he have had to be at them simultaneously because they all split up and then went to these locations unless they all staggered their arrival times? Don't think about it because the comic doesn't want you to and you're not supposed to, because it's not possible. Also, why be all shady and mysterious in a trench coat, John? Why? This story left me with a lot of questions. I know questions that I'm probably not supposed to be asking, but I'm asking them anyway. This is just meant to be a fun little adventurous filler issue. It gets the Elongated Man on the team, it brings back Red Tornado. Still, it is a little repetitious. The same events essentially happen to all three teams. villains. The fact that they bother to get so creative with the Putty Men's repertoire of abilities only makes their lack of importance all the more baffling. But still, we'll always have inappropriate Superman and poorly prepared yet overly supportive Hal Jordan. I love how Batman sat this whole one out. He got the alerts and was just like, nope, not today. I give this story 3 out of 5 gooeys on the putty scale. And now you know about the first Elongated Man Justice League adventure. I'm sorry, E-Man's first adventure. And you also know that they're willing to devote all of the League's resources to people who are stealing picture frames, tires, and coal. I can't wait till they show up at my house because I misplaced my keys. Tell me all your thoughts on this tale. Was it gooey enough for you? Do you have a horse in the Plastic Man versus Elongated Man debate? Do you like them both? Neither? Everything's an option. Share all your thoughts down below. While you're down there, please do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you never miss a vid. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to spend it discussing comics with me. I always appreciate it, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.